Western Massachusetts. I'm Ashley Cole. I am so lucky because I'm live at the Big E on the opening day. It's a beautiful day. I don't know what you're doing at home sitting watching us. I mean, of course, you have to wait until the noon news is over, but then you're going to head on down to the Big E. There's so much excitement. It's beautiful. It's just the first day. It's going to go on until September 28th. We're going to tell you all about it and what's new this year at the fair. Joining me this morning is Gene Cassidy. He's the president and CEO of the Big E, and it's also coincidentally his birthday.
Thank you, Ashley. It is. Now everybody knows this is my 26th birthday, but people say I look twice my age.
You're younger than me. That's fabulous. You look amazing. You got to tell me your secrets. All right, so let's talk about what's new this year. We all know what we love, the foods, the Crazy Burger, all those things, but what's new? What can we expect, especially that big exhibit that's here?
Well, we have the 50th anniversary exhibit of the New York World's Fair, 1964. We've got an original 64 Mustang that was on display in New York. And Jack Serrett, our friends up at Serrett Ford, delivered from Ford a prototype 2015 50th anniversary Mustang. People get their first look at it here. The exhibit's terrific. It'll bring back a lot of memories for most of us, and we're excited to have it.
Very cool. And I know also you can actually make a little plastic replica, and it's actually from the machine that was at the World Fair way back when.
We have one of the machines that was at the World's Fair, and it's still 25 cents, and you can build, you can watch some injection molding, which was really state-of-the-art technology in 1964. It's quaint now, but it's very cool that the Eastern States has this piece of machinery on the grounds.
It's unbelievable, and I know a lot of people are so excited about that. In addition to that, there's a new thrill ride on the Midway. Tell us about that.
Well, all of the rides are thrilling. Now, at some point, you're going to see me go down the drop of fear. And last time that happened, I may have lost a shoe on the way down, but hopefully this year I'll be able to keep my feet together.
So there's a new ride. All of them are thrilling, but I think maybe today's the day. It's your birthday, so you might as well.
There you go.
Also, the Grizzly Experience. Tell us about that.
Well, here's something, you don't get to see something like this really anywhere else but on the fairgrounds, and as these animals become more and more difficult to deliver to the public, it's a great way for young people to sort of be acquainted with the real thing. The Discovery Channel is awesome to watch, but here's where you can see them and hear them and touch them and smell them in person. And hopefully we inspire people to be interested and engaged in animals like that, but particularly in agriculture. Early this morning, I was in the barns. We had almost 500 head of cattle, 4-H cattle, a lot of young people on board, and it's just a beautiful thing to watch. And hopefully everybody gets a little taste of that at the fair.
And that's something that kids love, adults love. It's something for every age group. No matter who you are, you're going to love seeing animals up close and personal. Now, in addition to that, there's all the new foods at the fair as well.
Well, we have some awesome new food entrees. Matunuck Oyster House from down in Rhode Island has got some really high-end oysters and clams, and they'll have some fried stuff as well. We're really proud. The Frigo Gourmet, the Frigo family from the south end of Springfield, first time they're on the fairgrounds, and they've got a great installation. We're very excited about that. Red Velvet, Oreos, all sorts of crazy stuff.
And we're going to tell you all about that coming up in the show, so you have to wait for it. We're almost out of time, but I know there's a lot to talk about. We can't quite get it all in, but there's also celebrity impersonators as well.
Well, you'll see Jack Nicholson and Danny DeVito and Robert De Niro lookalikes, but you won't know the difference. So we hope people get a kick out of that.
So cool. And here we are. We're at North America's 5th largest fair. Is that right?
1,481,000 people last year. We need to beat that this year.
Unbelievable. Thanks so much, Gene. Happy birthday to you. What a beautiful day for a birthday. The first day of the Big E. And speaking of a beautiful day, I don't know if this was something that Adam Stremko planned, if he worked his magic, but we're going to check in with him to find out what the rest of the day has in store. 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Adam Stremko. Stremko, what does the rest of the day look like, Adam? Thank you, Adam, and thanks for this weather. Now, of course, the Big E is here. You can come between now and September 28th, but don't wait too long. You don't want to miss all the fun that you can have here. For more information on what's new at the Big E and, of course, all the fun old standbys, you can visit them online at thebige.com. A beautiful day to be at the fair, and it's only day one. We're here live at the Big E, and we're talking about food, which is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. We're with Sue Lavoie and Perry Rasso, and we're talking about some of the new foods, and of course some of the fair time favorites. Let's start with those favorites, Sue. What are the favorites that people come back for every year?
Definitely the cream puff and the eclair, located in the same stand. And now our Biggie Crazy Burger, and our roast beef sandwiches. We have all the old standbys with us.
So people can come back for those favorites. I know my husband loves that Crazy Burger. Every year he has to have it. Now let's talk about what's new. Tell us first about the Bistro Bar.
Oh, we have a new bistro bar in the Young Building, which is our international setting. And we have 3 new concessionaires in there. One has the traditional pork pies, the French meat pies. They are phenomenal. Absolutely delicious, and she serves a good sized piece too, which happens a lot on the grounds. And then right next to her is Frigo's with their pound meatball. It's 1 whole pound of meatball.
That's a dream come true.
And the first lady is Burgundy Brook, and from Palmer, and then we have the pasticceria from South Hadley with all the Italian pastries and gelato. Gelato is back, so I'm very excited about bringing gelato back.
Oh my gosh, and that bringing gelato back, right to the biggie. So now that's just some of the new stuff that's here. Let's talk about the biramisu that's right in front of me.
The biramisu is a new item. It's in the New England Craft Bar. And this is very sinful. It's a fudge cake on the bottom with chocolate sauce, as you can see. And this whipped cream topping has mascarpone on it, whipped cream, and also a cannoli flavoring filling.
Oh my God.
And then more chocolate sauce, of course.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing.
And it's very reasonable, and it's not very rich.
And let's also talk about the fried dough that has a different kind of topping on it.
New fried dough this year. You can have it breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It has pure maple syrup on it and bacon bits, real bacon bits.
Yeah, well, the potatoes, people always love the main baked potato, but now the fried dough may just come in a close second or maybe even beat it. We'll see. We also talk about the hot dog taco.
Oh yes, we have hot dog tacos are new this year. That's a great item. It's, if you're into the hot dogs, and you can get your hot dog infused with cheese. I mean, anything, right?
Anything.
Cheese or bacon on everything.
Sky's the limit, and who doesn't love that? All right, so we've talked about all of that. Now, right here in front of me, we can't ignore the oysters on the half shell here, and also this lobster roll that just looks like pure lobster meat. So that's a dream for lobster lovers. Perry Rasso, you are the owner of Matunic Oyster Bar. You're new this year. You must be so excited.
I am. We're all very excited to be here from Matunic Oyster Bar.
Tell us about what you have here.
Sure, I have Matunic oysters, which we farm raise in South Kingstown, Rhode Island, right next to our restaurant in South Kingstown, Rhode Island, Matunic Oyster Bar. We also have little neck clams and our famous lobster roll with lots of lobster meat and some French fries as well. But the oysters are our flagship item. We grow them ourselves and we harvest them so they're fresh as can be, crisp, briny. They have a sweet finish.
It's perfect for a New England fair, for New England's largest fair.
And Perry is a farm-to-table restaurant. They have a vegetable farm also, and they grow all their own vegetables.
Amazing. Well, how lucky we are to have you here. And of course, you don't skimp on the lobster meat. I can see that. And now tell us where you're located so people can come down to the Big E today and make sure they get some of these treats for themselves.
We're on Commonwealth Ave in between the State Houses and the information booth.
So you're easy to find. It's a white building. I can actually see it right from here. And you can meet Perry yourself and get a lobster roll and also oyster and clam on the half shell. Well, thank you, Perry.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the fair. And Sue, there's all these great, exciting things. What do you say we...
Want to dip in?
Yeah, I do.
Here we go.
I do. Let's do a cheers and we'll dip in. You can. Do you want to have an oyster?
No, I'm going to have a cannoli.
All right.
There's cannoli in here.
Thank you, Sue and Perry. And I know that you're jealous because I'm enjoying a biramisu right now for breakfast. But you can come here too. You can enjoy all of the new food and the old food at the fair. Still to come from the fair, we're going to tell you about the entertainment that's new. And there's a big breaking story about a new band that you haven't heard of yet. Stay tuned. We'll be back. I'm sure that you can see the crowds of people around here walking by, enjoying the fair. It's day one, and everyone's enjoying the food, they're enjoying the rides and the entertainment. But we have to remember how this fair began so many years ago. It's all about agriculture. Joining me now is Donna Woolham. She's the Director of Agriculture and Education here at the Big E, and she's here to talk to us about what this fair really is all about. Donna, thanks for being here with us today.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Agriculture is this community and this obviously state that we live in is so rich in agriculture and farming. Tell us about how the Big E all began.
The Big E began as a dairy show. A dairy cattle show is the National Dairy Cattle Show. And we will celebrate those beginnings, of course, in 2 years here as we celebrate our 100th year in 2016. But we maintain the tradition of agriculture here at the fair. We think we do a very good job of it. And we like to share that with our public because our public is 30 generations removed from the family farm. So we do quite a few things here. We have a great animal venue. We have a great Farmerama building that I encourage everybody to go to. Great ag education experience.
Absolutely. And Donna, interestingly, you know, we were sitting here waiting to be live on Mass Appeal, and we saw a teacher with all of her students say that we have to go to Farmerama, and after that we can do whatever we want. But that's where we need to go. Why do you think it is the place for people to go right off the bat?
Well, it's a very interesting building, especially if you have a group of students or young people with you. They can go in, they can see the chicks hatching. There's a lot of action going on. They're doing some goat milking, goat soap making things. The bees are flying in and out and building their honeycomb. There's just a lot of things to see. There's the new methane digester exhibit in there this year. So there's just a lot of things to do.
And of course, to learn about. There's education as well as just a lot of fun things to see. Let's talk about the animals, because I know my kids love coming here and seeing the animals at the fair.
During the fair, we will have several changeovers, we call them. We bring in different animals, and we'll have over 4,000 four-legged friends before the fair is over.
Unbelievable. And of course, farming. I mean, there's farms across the Northeast, but of course, right here in Western Massachusetts is a huge part of our community. Tell us about what we can learn about farming.
You can learn where your food comes from, and that's so important nowadays. And so come on down, go to Farmerama. There's also some exhibits. I think the cranberry people have an exhibit in there. You'll see how to grow cranberries, so you'll know where your cranberries come from next Thanksgiving.
And to encourage people to keep their money local, support your local farmers, and you can learn that here at the Biggie. Well, Donna, it's a pleasure to be with you. And just to encourage people, of course, make sure that you come and learn about what this fair is all about.
Absolutely. We'd love to have you.
Thank you, Donna. Always nice to be with you and to talk about agriculture and farming and all the fun things that you can see and do here. You can also learn more about them by visiting them online. It's thebiggie.com. But of course, you have to come here to see it. We'll be back in just a bit to talk more about the entertainment at the fair in 2014. Entertainment at the Biggie. Everyone waits to hear who the lineup is, who's going to be here, and of course to get your tickets if you need to, and to get here early. So joining me now is John Giuliano. We're here to talk about special events. Now we know that ZZ Top can't make it, but that's okay.
It's okay because we pulled somebody out of our hat last night, and thankfully Leonard Skinner will be here in place of ZZ Top. So
oh my gosh, big news, big news. So they're going to be replacing ZZ Top. Let's talk also who will be here, the big headlining acts.
Well, actually, there's a lot of headliners, but tonight we have Count 77. Danny the Count Coker, who's on the History Channel, will be here this evening, 8 o'clock at the Court of Honor stage. You want to rock out? Come see the Count. It's going to be big. And then Digitour on Saturday, all the YouTube sensations. Sunday, sold out with Darius Rucker. Just about sold out. There may be a few tickets left.
And of course, The Voice is on NBC, Cassidy Pope.
Yeah, a lot of people like Cassie Pope. You sure she's coming? I'm like, yeah, they can't believe that she'll be here at the Big E. I don't know what there's not to believe about, but and there's a great opening act, Chris Jansen. You got to see Chris Jansen. He is the new face of country, if you ask me.
You do a good job, John. I have to say, you know, people are so impressed with the lineup that we have here at the Big E, right here in Western Massachusetts. All these big stars are coming. In addition to them, there's also some other acts that will be taking place throughout the Big E.
Yeah, you know, we've got New Odyssey, a great act that's on the Coliseum stage right now. Lala Brooks, that's coming in. And then the last weekend, Quinn Sullivan, an incredible guitar prodigy, so you can't miss him. And then kind of locally, Mike Del Giudice, who is a band member of Billy Joel's, will be here on Sunday the 21st.
My goodness. And in addition to that entertainment, it doesn't stop there. There's also, of course, the World's Fair exhibit.
Yeah, the World's Fair exhibit, it's finally complete. In there is a 65 Mustang that debuted at the World's Fair, and also a 2015 Mustang GT directly from Ford. It's a prototype. You better see that. It's the only one in Western Mass. I even got Jack Serrett a little jealous last night that I had a Mustang before him. But thanks to Serrett Ford and all those guys up there for helping. It was big.
It's an unbelievable exhibit and will bring back a lot of memories for a lot of people. So I think that's fantastic that that's here. Also, of course, the Mardi Gras parade, and of course, everyone waits and stands here and catches the bead.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of it, actually. So if we were at 5 o'clock, we'd be inundated with beads right now. But we've got a big parade. We got Veterans Day today. There'll be a lot of veterans in the parade, and the Mardi Gras parade will end up. So it's going to be a big day. Look at the weather. How could you beat this?
It is perfect. It's perfection. You can't beat this. And now we also have to talk about the. Is there also the Little Big Town? Are they coming?
Yeah, Little Big Town will be the day after, 27th, the day after Leonard Skinner. And tickets are going really well. That, I would imagine, will be sold out probably by the middle of next week. And then we're going to close in with Emblem 3 and Midnight Red, a great young new pop act, and that's going to be a big night.
My goodness. So we got Leonard Skinner, Darius Rucker, Cassidy Pope. I mean...
We got Eddie Money. Eddie Money, yeah, 2 Tickets to Paradise, which is like today. It's Paradise here today.
Gosh. Oh,
So
Eddie Money?
Yeah, be on the middle Saturday.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I want to see you there.
Oh, John, I'll be there. I love Eddie Money. And I mean, of course, there's so many things to see and do, and you walk around, and there's food, entertainment, and the big breaking news that we just broke is that Leonard Skinner is going to be here. So
It's going to be a huge night that night, and with this weather, it looks like we're going to have a few really nice days. So, and we got some other surprises coming up in the middle of next week, and I can't give them to you now, but some other cool surprises.
all right, thank you so much. Great to be with you, and thanks for sharing the good news. And now I'm going to toss it back to. No better place to be on a day like today than at the Big E, New England's largest fair. It is absolutely gorgeous here. And now throughout the show today, we've told you what's new at the fair, the new food, the entertainment. So let me just give you a quick recap. Food, you have hot dog tacos, you have fried dough with maple syrup and bacon bits, you have the Matunic oyster bar with lobster rolls and biramisu. I could go on and on. Now there's that. There's also entertainment. We heard from the director of special events that Leonard Skinner is going to be here in place of ZZ Top. We've also got some other great bands, Darius Rucker, Little Big Town, Cassidy Pope from The Voice. So there's also the circus that everyone loves, and of course all the old standbys, the Crazy Burger, the Maine Baked Potato. Oh my goodness. If I haven't gotten you excited, I'm sure that you are ready to come down. Also today is Be a Kid for a Day, also Military Appreciation Day. So make sure you say thank you if you do see someone around the fair. Now the fair is going on until September 28th. Visit them online, thebige.com, for all the information you need, and make sure you don't miss it. Of course, there's so much fun to be had for all ages. Now I'm going to toss it back to